Just not going to get Hobbs on off. He's got to do something to really stop Hobbs out of his tracks.
H.Y.P.E 7 for 10 on his takedowns. Striking numbers favor Strickland. Good jab by Strickland.
Oh, nice jab there by Sean.
Right hand is there for the chin.
Beautiful right hand by H.Y.P.E here. So few right hands. The way he's lifting his shoulder up before the fight, you almost wonder if that's the shoulder that was injured in that motorcycle accident. Because he's really not throwing a lot of right hands.
Good reaction by Strickland to get to the fence. Now he puts. H.Y.P.E credited with his 8th takedown there. See the numbers.
Oh my goodness, this fight is in the balance. 35 seconds.
See the numbers.
Oh my goodness.
Big right hand.
Close fight. This is a very close round.
Big right hand by H.Y.P.E. We shall see it. Official decision. We are back.
And that fifth round is going to determine the fight. Strong landing in that fifth round.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' for decision. Cesar Hernandez scores it 48-47. Chimaev. Salvador de Mato scores it 48-47. Strickland. And Eric Rose scores the contest 48-47 for the winner by split decision. And Jack Delamadalena.
Attention. Still 29. Staring at the nightmare. Jack Delamadalena's in green.
How'd you guys get out of work?
Some guy said he'd do it for a case of Bud Light.
Wait, what guy? We'll let you know this call may be recorded for quality assurance purposes.
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of UFC.
Total power doesn't just happen. You have to make it happen.
Jack Della Maddalena, as mentioned, still 29 years old. Montez 3 years older at 32. He's 2 inches taller at 6'1". Holds a sizable 5-inch edge in reach. The odds makers see it as a point for this main event.
Good news. Let's go. We don't have to wait long. Let's go. Oh, man.
Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Touch goes down if you want. No touch. Not surprised. Oh, they did touch. Okay, so before he I'm telling you, this has got to be good. Jack Della Maddalena fought this building 3 years ago as part of his 18-fight win streak. That led him to a UFC championship. He says headlining is a dream come true. Part of that dream come true is staring at the nightmare. Jack Della Maddalena is in green. Carlos Prates is in white. I gotta say, this crowd is phenomenal. It is so loud. 3 minutes gone, first of 5 possible rounds. Oh, that was a hard one. Buddy, this is the difficult part for Sanchez. His elbows. Says he timed that really well. Stop.
Yeah, look at that. Look at the right side of Jack Della Maddalena from those body kicks.
Definitely different start from Sanchez. Oh, that was a hard one. Ooh, the body, it's the liver. This is the difficult part from Sanchez. His elbows. Says he timed that really well. Stop.
Yeah, look at that. Look at the right side of Jack Della Maddalena from those body kicks from Prates. He's got to watch him tipping in with his head. He's putting his guard high.
There's a takedown attempt.
Oh, that's pretty easy, too.
Yeah, he got it very easy.
Carlos can complain all he wants. He's got to deal with it. And now you imagine Jack is going to try to go back to this a lot quicker in round 2.
Well, it was, it was threatening to be quite a tough round for Guy. You got to think round 2, he's coming out there, he's shooting straight away. Final seconds tick away after the late takedown in round 1. No commercial breaks. These crowd, don't wrestle me. Heard the former Prates saying, do not be friends with him, but couldn't stop him. Turns it on here.
Oh, man, Carlos got a left hand through.
Oh, this is sick. Oh, he hurt him. Stuns him with a kick. Extends the combination. Prates pins it. Maybe the end is near.
This left knee from Carlos Prates is on point tonight. Jack is hurt. He's in all kinds of trouble here.
Tense moment. He's got a glazed look in his eye, but he's on his feet. Nice kick. Oh, he's limping. He immediately switches stances and is limping for Prates.
This might be the best we've seen Carlos look, because it's great when you go out there and get a big KO, but he's putting it all together here.
Without question. 20 seconds left in round 2.
Let's see if Jack can get out of the round.
Stepping elbow for Prates. Spinning elbow. It's the one he got Jeff Neal with at the end of that bout last summer. Oh, down a leg kick. Yes. Is JDM as we start round 3.
Are forced to fight from the orthodox stance now. which Jack will switch to, but it's not his primary stance. Two, right back to it.
JGM, the chance, the Aussie crowd, but he needs every bit of support. Montez, offensive to start round 3 again. Madalena trying to force it to the ground once again. Needed elbow. I think it opened up a cut. There it is.
Yeah, broke the right side. And he's just not trending in the right direction for Jack here. I mean, he is so tall, but he's taking a serious
Now covered up along the fence.
It's back to southpaw, switches right back. I think that leg is completely gone. If he lands one more leg kick. Jack's showing a lot of toughness here, but he's getting beat up pretty good.
Yeah, it's getting hard to watch.
Yeah, you feel for him.
You do. This is the game. We got Orange Pulsar down. John Morant, Marcus Smart, Bradley Beal, Drew Holiday. LeBron, let's go. Orange Pulsar, 12 out of 15. Bang, bang, CC. There you go, fam. Carlos looks so good. He's just picking him apart. Whatever shots he wants to throw.
He's not rushing anything. He's still setting things up. Looking out the jab. He's putting touches out there, and then just snaps these left hands right down the middle. Look at the face of Jack Della Maddalena.
Kick around the guard, sits down Della Maddalena. He's right back up to his feet. But Montez unleashing hell now. Hammering away. Backs off to try to create some space. He wants Jack back to his feet.
Yeah, he wants a KO.
He's a sick man. Get back up.
He's trying to make a highlight out there tonight. That's for the elbows. And such got no sense. You're looking for elbows and knees right up the middle. Oh, there it is.
Stepping left knee has been a weapon. Elbow gets through as well.
Credit to Jack. So many men have been knocked out by now. In one shot. And every one of these shots that he's taken, they're knockout blows. The knees, the punches, the elbows. It's crazy that Jack is still there.
Another one.
But for how long? And again,
This goes to a leg kick TKO. Instead, he goes in for some ground and pound. Is this the beginning of the end? This goes to a leg kick TKO. Instead, he goes in for some ground and pound. Is this the beginning of the end?
It is.
Beltran taking a and the nightmare. All right, let's get this show started.
The UFC men's pound-for-pound rankings have been updated following UFC. So it's saying the
Just that. I think you should already know Prize Picks is now available in most states.
Download the Prize Picks app and start playing today.
We now have a first on Strickland. Hamzat appears bruised after absorbing numerous jabs throughout the bout, but fortunately he doesn't seem to have suffered any serious injuries. Strickland also revealed what is, of course it was real, but man, we just shortened each other's lives. I think the hate just got emptied. I wish him the best and I hope he crushes the 205 division. Sean O'Malley is great, but Sean
Did what I couldn't do.
During his fight against Sean Strickland at UFC 328, Hamza Chimaev was seen talking to Sean's coach, Eric Nixick, whom he knows well from his time training at Extreme Couture. Now, in a recent interview on the Ariel Helwani show, Nixick revealed what Hamzat was saying to him during the fight and shared details about the conversation. What was he saying?
I was telling him he ain't no boogeyman. I was like, you know boogeyman, and he's like, I love you, coach. And I was like, and he said something else, and we were going back and forth, and he just spit out a bunch of blood and looked over at me, and I was like, you're a sicko, bro. I love you, man. And I've nothing but love and respect for Hamzat. We've been good friends. I say good friends, but we've been acquaintances since 2021. So I didn't want to make anything personal, but Sean is my guy. I have a job to do, and I don't want to be too friendly with the guy. But even when I got to the host hotel, ready to fight? Ready. Out the door.
Well, you want to talk about a guy who's already put together an amazing highlight reel. Here is the Mexican phenom Yair Rodriguez. You may remember that flying head kick knockout of Andre Fili stopped the legend BJ Penn early in 2017. Superstardom, the buzzword for Yair Rodriguez. We'll see if this young man can keep it going tonight.
That's just my personality, man.
Well, good dexterity and movement here on the ground to avoid any further damage, courtesy of that ground and pound. Nice job off of his back by Yair Rodriguez. Oh, stuffs the takedown without issue. All right, now a little separation between the two fighters.
Nice block.
And there's that kicking game from Yair Rodriguez on full display early on in this one.
Yeah, Yair Rodriguez is a beast, and you know when you watch him, when you're going to the
Strickland also revealed what his face looked like 48 hours after the fight, and he appears to have taken significantly less damage than Chimaev. Strickland also responded to people saying his beef with Hamzat was fake, writing, "Of course it was real, but man, we were short from each other's lives. I think the hate just got emptied. I wish him the best, and I hope he pushes the 205 division." Sean O'Malley is still in disbelief that Sean Strickland defeated Hamzat Chimaev at UFC 328. Speaking in a recent YouTube video alongside MMA Guru, O'Malley admitted that he expected Strickland to lose the fight, but Sean ended up proving a lot of people wrong tonight.
I mean, let's get into it. Sugar Sean Strickland, he did it. He did what I couldn't do. He beat the grappler. He beat him.
Because the
Dude,
swelling's starting now. It's like
I was pretty convinced that Hamzat was going to win that fight. But there was a part of me where I'm like, you know what?
These guys are back and forth.
Part of me was a lot less than the part of me thought he was going to get smoked. And I cannot believe it. And he did it. In the second round, Hamzat shot, went to his back. That's all you need to see.
MMA Guru also reacted to Strickland's win, saying he's in beaches in Greenville right now and that this victory was something he really needed for his mental health.
Beaches in Greenville. That's an MMA terminology on YouTube. It's the best timeline possible. I needed this for my mental health. I was having some real struggles a couple of weeks ago with the fight results. How they were making me feel worse. Really hard to get started.
Champ, look at that redness underneath his elbow. A lot of those strikes to the body starting to pile up.
Getting beat up and being smart enough to not be headhunting the entire time.
Sacrificed by Carlos process and an amazing performance. And it just seems like all my favorites were getting destroyed. And humiliated on the world stage, but then Sean Strickland comes in. It was a fight where, I picked Hamzat Chimaev. I think a lot of people picked Hamzat Chimaev. But it was a type of fight where, as I was watching it, I was like, oh, of course. I've never felt that way about a fight before where I've thought, this is going to go one way, but when I start seeing it go another way, I was like, how didn't I know that this was going to go this way?
Dustin Poirier believes Hamzat Chimaev lost his aura at UFC 328. Heading into the event, Chimaev was widely viewed as one of the most dominant and intimidating fighters in the UFC, but that perception may have changed after Saturday night. Speaking on UFC's Deep Waters podcast alongside Jorge Masvidal, Dean Thomas, and Chris Weidman, Poirier said it will now be much harder for Hamzat to intimidate future opponents because his aura took a major hit at UFC 328.
I think that attributed to the problem for Hamzat anyway. Because he likes to be that guy that can intimidate you.
And the fact that Sean wasn't intimidated, I think that he fought Sean's fight moving forward into that fight.
Well, the next fight,
left hand there.
whoever he gets matched up with, it's going to be tough for him to intimidate because his aura took a hit.
For the
For sure.
man,
Absolutely. Good arguments with the
land,
back
I
and forth.
land.
I thought it was real. I think his whole aura took a hit. Especially the heavy round, dapping it up. And putting the belt on him.
Masvidal also chimed in, pointing out that Chimaev had already shown signs of breaking in previous fights against Gilbert Burns and Kamaru Usman.
Here is Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Deans called a stop to this contest at 57 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by knockout, El Pantera Rodriguez.
All right, so how about the effort out of Yair Rodriguez here tonight? This is a plus athlete. He's got a penchant for being flashy, no doubt about it, but he found a home for those kicks early and often here tonight as he continues to prove that he is a featherweight force to be reckoned with. And you got to think, before Rodriguez's career is said and done, he will have earned an opportunity to compete for that UFC featherweight title.
That's the guy we saw on Saturday night. Then we're going to see you could already see that he had, signs of breaking. Same thing with Gilbert. Didn't go his way. He had to stand up with him.
Like a front runner? You think he's a front runner?
I've always thought he's a front runner. And then the Usman fight more than anything. I literally had seen Usman a day or two before the 17th fight. The man was not in tip-top shape. He literally, 11 days later, he gets his fight against a guy that's been training, getting ready for somebody else. Me, in my mind, that's always a big, damn, I have to cut XYZ pounds. I haven't been training. The pressure's on me, and it's not at the same time. And the way that he fought Usman, just because Usman could wrestle back, I knew that this guy could fight.
Highly respected MMA coach Firas Zahabi wants to help train Khamzat Chimaev following his first professional defeat at UFC 328. Having coaching legends such as Georges St. Pierre, Rashad Evans, Rory McDonald, and many others, Zahabi believes he has the solution to help Chimaev reclaim the middleweight title. Speaking in a recent YouTube video, Firas said, "I'm begging you, somebody get this out there. Khamzat, come train with me. Come to Montreal, come train with me. I promise you, if you come train with me, you're not going to fade. I promise you. Bring Arman Tsarukyan. Khamzat Chimaev, Arman Tsarukyan, come train with me. Come see how we prepare to make sure that your fitness level will be better than ever. Your striking will be sweeter than ever, and your footwork will be sweeter than ever. I promise you, if you come and train with me, this will never happen to you again." I really hope he gets this message. Please come train with me and Georges St. Pierre, and we will make sure that we do our absolute best to get your hand raised. No matter what the cost, what the energy expenditure, how many hours we have to do, we will focus on you getting your hand raised. So if Khamzat Chimaev is listening, or anybody who knows him, get this message to him. Please let him know he's more than welcome, and I would love to have him as soon as possible training at my facility. Sean Strickland's grappling is seriously elite. Strickland proved it on Saturday night by shutting down the intense wrestling and takedown game of one of the UFC's most dominant grapplers, Khamzat Chimaev, at UFC 228. Now new footage is surfaced showing Strickland training with...
That's a one-on-one to RDA. That's a one-on-one to RDA full speed.
JJ black belt Akeem Rocha ahead of the fight and displaying his impressive grappling skills.
Over and over. You got to be careful here. You got to move.
Outstanding combination of knees by Islam Makhachev. Oh, and he escapes up to his feet. Very nice. Investing in the body with the kick there. Oh, uppercut to the head, but it's blocked there by Ilia Topuria. Just over 3 minutes to go in our first round.
Big knee lands right through his opponent's midsection.
Oh, these are some impactful knees he is throwing, and I guess until his opponent adjusts, might as well keep throwing.
Nasruddin Imavov promises there will be no handshakes after his fight with Sean Strickland.
Going for the rear naked choke now. Oh, submission defense on full display there.
He said that he was very aware of what this guy brought to the octagon, and it showed in that defense.
All right, he's very comfortable fighting off his back, DC. Now looks like he's trying to hip escape.
Yeah, he's trying to hip escape or maybe look for a Kimura here.
Oh, tight submission attempt now with the Darce.
That Darce choke is tight.
Oh, submission defense holds up.
Your break, I think when they say Nasruddin's next, probably. Yeah, so he's next. I'll take a breather. I want to go support my boy Alex, the White House. I want to watch him make a history and get that third belt. But give me a little time. Let my broken nose heal. Let's get back in there and get some fights going on. We must move forward.
After the event, Imavov, who lost the decision to Strickland back in 2023, took to X and warned Sean that this time he plans to knock him out. On Tuesday, Nasruddin doubled down on his message, saying that if Strickland trash talks him the same way he did Khamzat Chimaev, he'll pay a heavy price. Tweeted, "They say I take things too personally. Damn right. Religion, family, nation. These aren't marketing to me. Every result comes with a price. You'll pay for it. No happy ending in Strickland." When asked by a fan whether he's going to shake hands with Strickland after the fight, Imavov replied, "Never. I'd rather die."
How about these two going at it?
Both landed.
Final seconds of round one. What a round it was for him, DC, and of course the seminal moment, that big knockdown that he will try to piggyback on here in this next round.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how he builds off of the momentum that he gets from that last round. How does he deal with the success that he had and not push too hard too early trying to find the finish? You have to let it come to you as the knockdown came to you in the previous round.
catches Hamza Chimaev with that beautiful right ankle. He went jab, boom, caught him with the right, and if you notice, bro, the commentators didn't catch that. I think his commentators could do a better job of really describing what somebody actually hurt. He hurt him, dude. Hamza Chimaev was on that stanky with his bro. He did a good job being composed and not showing it, but when he made the mistake tomorrow, that's when he went for a takedown. Once he got hurt, you start going for takedown, but that's just not. Like, you always got to keep that poker face. They're on your feet. You know, act busy, but I wouldn't be. You would always have to recover. I don't think Hamza Chimaev recovered that much. First round, bro, he struggled too much. Sean Strickland did a good job of just making this dude work. And I think Hamza Chimaev, because of the weight cut, he was able to blow his wad. But that being said, bro, the round that I thought that was the most convincing round for Sean Strickland was round 2. I'm going to have to rewatch this fight, come on, but bro, from what I saw, it could have gone 4-1 Chimaev or maybe 3-2 Chimaev.
Sean Strickland got into a surprising back and forth with Ariel Helwani. It all started after Helwani criticized Strickland for walking back his trash talk and apologizing to Hamza Chimaev following their fight.
He is standing up there saying insane, vile shit about Muslim people, about Hamza, about his family, about people he's associated with, about some people who have, checkered backgrounds, to be kind, about his mom. He's saying it with his chest, like he's saying it from here, and he's standing up. What Sean was saying at that press conference was crossing the line. What Hamza did was dirty. You can't kick a guy that you're about to fight in the balls before. Anticipation, all-time high, building up. Holy shit. You win that fight and tell the world that was all for show, that was all for promotion. That is the biggest bunch of bull that I've ever heard. That is fraud. That is cowardly. You cannot do what he did and say what he did in the build-up to that fight and then tell us seconds after the fight is over, I was just trying to sell the fight. You can't do that. You cannot walk that back. You called his mother, you called his religion awful things. That doesn't go away, I'm sorry. And all that tells me is, you're not who you say you are.
Strickland quickly fired back on X, writing, "This is why I don't do media with him. You are a leech who I've never respected. The moment I met this man, I knew his quality. At the end of the day, the hatred between us was real. What he said about me was wrong. What I said about him was wrong. This what hate and anger does to people, and it still might be there, but we earned each other's respect through blood, and I would never expect a man of his quality to understand that. You are and always will be a pathetic MMA leech who has done nothing besides criticizing men who are better than yourself." Followed up with, "He personally thanked me once for standing up for Israel during the 7th attacks. I stand by that. Over the course of it, my views dramatically changed. It went from hostage rescue to collective punishment aimed at women and children. I would say without a doubt that the AIPAC joke may have rubbed him the wrong way from how much he said Israel support mattered to him. So again, you are a weak man who I will continue to avoid." Strickland also said he thinks Helwani got mad at him over the AIPAC joke he made after the fight. Helwani responded to Strickland's post during the same show, keeping a calmer tone, but strongly pushed back on Strickland's claim that he's leeching off him in the sport of MMA.
This idea that I'm an MMA leech is hilarious.
PrizePicks is now available in most states. Download the app and start playing today.
Hey bro, stop paying for streaming. Get unlimited movies for free. Tap and watch now. In large part because I'm an MMA journalist. I'm a combat sports journalist. I know he may not understand the actual role of media, but the actual role of media is to cover and talk about things that they are covering. And so it's saying the good and the bad, not just to kiss their ass and hang out and shoot guns together. I know he doesn't understand that. I know none of these people understand that. But if I'm the MMA leech, I've been doing this long before he was ever in this sport. Long before anyone knew who Sean Strickland was, I was doing this exact show, talking to people like Ronda Rousey and people before her. So I'm certainly not
leeching off of Sean Strickland. I'm certainly not trying to get anything. Sean Strickland coming on this show, anyone coming on this show or not coming on this show, does nothing for me or my life. It doesn't change a thing. So I don't need him to come on. I don't need anyone to come on the show. I want people on the show. I want to talk to them, whether they like me or not. We'll have disagreements. We'll agree, all that stuff. We'll, whatever. But to suggest that I'm leeching off of him or the sport is absurd. I didn't even know about the H.Y.P.E comment. I had no idea. When did he say that? Before the fight, after the fight? I very much don't listen to a lot of these things. I did hear him in the cage immediately after the fight talking about, I apologize about this, that, and the other because it was happening. You think I'm watching all that other stuff? No.
What do you think about this back and forth between Strickland and Helwani? Who do you think is right in this feud? Let us know in the comments below. Here are the top 3 memes found on the internet. Number 3 meme was posted by Clean Temperature. Number 2 meme was posted by Devastator. And number 1 meme was posted by Double Simu MMA.
19 green by both sides. 35 he has now. He's in his 30s. He dog walked that guy. I felt bad for the guy, actually, really. And then what he said to Dana, Dana, I thought, ooh, I don't like Dana White, but he better give that man his bonus. It was exciting.
Slick crossovers. This past Saturday night at UFC 328, Hamza Chimaev took his first L in the cage, but the L's have been mounting for Hamza Chimaev outside of the cage for quite a while now. He missed weight on Friday and was gifted a made-weight decision by the UFC. He also has crazy ties to Russian warlord Ramzan Kadyrov. And as you can see right here, he is also being accused of kidnapping a 17-year-old girl along with Ramzan Kadyrov so that they could force her to be Hamza Chimaev's second wife. All right, this is a crazy story. It's all alleged right now, but it is being written by some actual reputable journalists. All right, so stick around to hear the full story. My name is Wyatt. Welcome to Fight Society. What's going on, guys? We are back after a crazy UFC 328 fight week and weekend with weight misses and the White House press conference, Josh Hokett versus Ilya Taporia, all of the crazy lead up to UFC 328 that ended with a Sean Strickland split decision win in the main event on Saturday night. The fights, but there was just too much going on.
With the PlayStation? anybody to actually pick up on this before the fight. This right here,
I will.
Politica News by Kareem Sagan, titled "The UFC Champ Sold His Soul." Hamzat Chimaev's story is
Ready to fight? Ready. Well, wherever in the world you may be playing EA Sports UFC 5, good on you for putting this matchup together. Davison Figueiredo, Demetrius Johnson at flyweight, the fight that we didn't know we needed.
This is a great fight. You have two of the best flyweights of all time. Demetrius Johnson may just be the most skilled mixed martial artist you have ever seen. And Davison Figueiredo is a Brazilian powerhouse. He can knock you out. He can submit you. He can do everything. We didn't get to see this in real life, so I'm happy we're getting to see it in EA Sports UFC 5.
The rise to greatness, but of a gifted fighter.
Big right hook coming, it's blocked.
A UFC champion sold his soul to the strong man. And we've covered quite a bit about Ramzan Kadyrov.
Johnson gets caught with that punch. Got to shore up the defense here. Rips the body there. Johnson's cheek looks like it's cut. Yes, it is. Starting to bleed a little bit now. Back kick there. Just digs in the spine.
He loved that shot with every part of himself, and now he's got his under grip.
Yeah, man, crowd loving it. Just a gorgeous shot there to end the fight. Really just the way he drew it up. He found the opening and capitalized on it to the utmost extent. Nicely done to finish the fight.
Of a 17-year-old girl that has allegedly been kidnapped and forced to be Hamzat Chimaev's in Chechnya. Now, this is all alleged. This is all just an investigation by a journalist. I'm reacting to the information that's out there. I'm not necessarily condemning Hamzat Chimaev of being guilty of this. But this right here from Kareem Sagan says, the irony of the situation shouldn't be lost on anyone. While Trump was busy deporting migrants through ICE raids, he sidestepped visa restrictions imposed by his own government to allow a UFC fighter representing a sanctioned dictator to compete on U.S. soil. It is yet another example of the textbook cronyism of the Trump administration and era rooted in corporate favors. I don't really have much to say about that, but this is the problem right here. Though Hamzat Chimaev publicly fawns over Kadyrov, it is impossible to know whether the loyalty is heartfelt or coerced. To many Chechen dissidents, Chimaev is a dictator, a fighter who sold his soul in exchange for a place in Ramzan Kadyrov's inner circle. He flaunts his newfound wealth on social media, regularly posing alongside his fleet of cars in the UAE, because he now represents himself as a UAE fighter with the UAE flag, because that allows him to kind of subvert the U.S. sanctions against Chechnya